Good morning, Urban Explorers. This is Steve Sines with Explore ATL Tours. Getting ready to do a Battle of Atlanta tour. This is what I call the Battle of Atlanta Tour West. I've split this tour into two parts, the western battlefield and the eastern battlefield. For those of you that don't know, this sign actually explains it. Actually, let me back up a second here, tell you where I'm at. This is the Carter Center in Old Fourth Ward. Actually, Ponce Highlands, I guess, is technically right. I'll do a little pan around so you can see it. This is a very historic location, a very historic property. And the reason we start here is because General Sherman watched the Battle of Atlanta from this location. In fact, I'll take you to the marker here. There was a house here that was called the Augustus Hurt House, the Augustus Hurt Plantation. And Sherman came here and took up residence, so to speak, in the Hurt House, which stood right here. And again, this is the Carter Center. There's the conference center right over there. And right through these trees is the Jimmy Carter Library and Museum. But as you can read here, it talks about the outer defense line of Atlanta. It was located on the east slope of this hill. This area was at one time called Copen Hill. It was the neighborhood of Copen Hill, which was many years later razed to the ground when they were getting ready to build the freeways through here. Some of you may know that story. So this piece of property that the Carter Center sits on is really quite historic. And so we start here. Again, this is the western side of the battlefield. If you don't know about the Battle of Atlanta, it took place on July 22nd of 1864. And it was a one-day battle, maybe 9 hours. Started around noon over near East Atlanta. And it was a huge battlefield. Some 60,000, 70,000 men were engaged. There were 8,000 or 9,000 casualties that day. And the core battlefield, here's some of my notes. I'm getting ready. The group's going to be here shortly. Let me show you the core battlefield here. The battlefield basically extended from East Atlanta all the way over to here, and that long. Here's the battlefield map that I used to show people what happened here. This blue line right here, this long blue line, is basically the front line of the battle, and that is the blue is the Union Army, and the red, these are troop positions. The red is the Confederate States Army. And so this blue line today is Moreland Avenue, just to give you a sense of where this took place. So East Atlanta is down in here. This is I-20 that comes through here this way. This is the railroad. We're actually sitting right about here. The MARTA station's right over here. We're actually right up here at the Carter Center. So anyway, it's a fascinating tour. It's a little bit of history, actually a lot of history. We get to walk through the neighborhoods and see what happened, where it happened, and a lot of it's the interpretation of the markers along with some narratives that I use to sort of bring the story alive. So if you ever see a Battle of Atlanta tour on the calendar, come check it out. It's a lot of fun. This is Steve Sines with Explore ATL Tours.